So hi guys, today the article that I brought for you guys is Apple Store workers seek to unionize following efforts at Amazon and Starbucks. Another issue with union at Apple Store is happening. So retail employees at locations in Atlanta, New York are mobilizing to form unions as tight labor market shifts power to rank and file employees. After union victories by workers at some of America's most prominent company, Apple, which has increased 4.52%, retail employees are mobilizing in hopes of their own organizing success. Although U.S. union membership has continued to decline in recent years, workers at several companies have voted to unionize in recent months, including at Amazon.com and Starbucks, Verizon, and outdoor retail chain. Several Apple stores have shown interest in unionizing, according to organizers. Workers from a store in Atlanta last week filed for a union election with the National Labor Relations Board. The agency confirmed and could soon approve a vote. Apple employees at a New York store are also aiming to file for an election, according to organizers. Two-paragraph reading, it seems that it's not their manufacturing company, but their store company is having issues. So where they're selling Apple product, they're trying to file for an election. Labor movement is gaining power. So store employees are having a hard time, not factories. So this type of stores in New York right now. Okay, well, let's continue. While demands could vary by store, some Apple organizers have said they seek higher pay, increased tuition reimbursement, and larger 401k matches, among other goals. Some organizers have said Apple workers haven't been given equitable stock options or cost of living adjustment, as the tech giant has soared to new financial heights during the pandemic and as inflation in the US has risen to historic level. Wait, so it's actually just about stores, but they want higher pay, increased store pays tuition reimbursement? This is actually true? They also does tuition? And then larger 401k matches in New York. The Atlanta employees have aligned with the Communications Worker of America, which represents workers from companies such as Verizon and a unit of AT&T. The union said the Atlanta store employs more than 100 people who are eligible to vote, with more than 70% having signed cards showing interest in an election. New York employees are seeking to join New York employees are seeking to join Workers United, an affiliate of the Service Employees International Union that has also aided Starbucks workers in organizing. My first question I have is, when they are interested in doing an election, so their election to join a union. The store itself isn't a union. The store worker isn't a union. So they want to have an election saying, hey, can we create a union? In the US, enough store employees have to sign cards saying we want to join a union. Then they have election for all the employees in store to be unionized. You have to join a union and then they represent your wishes to the employer. So if you're not in a union, then you can't represent your wishes to the employer. But what makes Apple Store profitable is that a lot of tech unsavvy people rely on Apple workers. It's harder to do as individual. So the reason why they're joining is to have more force and more voices heard. The bakery union gave Hostess no other choice, so Hostess just closed its door, letting all the bakers go, and then a year later reopened the company with no union jobs. HR is supposed to facilitate employee wishes when not in a union, but many HR is just compliance and firing. Apple is a profoundly positive place to work We know that the company can better live up to their ideals. Who's an employee at Atlanta store? Workers have said they were inspired by the union success at Starbucks and Amazon, so they're trying to do the same thing. Apple spokesman said the company is fortunate to have incredible retail team members, and we deeply value everything they bring to Apple. And that the company offers employees strong compensation, healthcare options, tuition reimbursement, parental leave, and stock grants, among other benefits. The spokesman said Apple's minimum pay at retail stores is $20 an hour. The effort to unionize comes as a historically tight labor market, as well as worker unrest in some industries because of the pandemic, has shifted some power to rank-and-file employees. Apple is a unique entrant given its devoted brand following and marketing. Labor and tech analysts say, though employees face several hurdles in achieving success based on organizing efforts at other companies. Apple's retail store have operated as much as marketing tools as a retail channel. Apple retail employees are part of a famed store ecosystem originally envisioned by late co-founder Steve Jobs, who sought to overhaul in-store shopping with aesthetically pleasing layout and geeky associates who upheld Apple's value. My understanding so far is that employees currently are getting compensation, healthcare option, tuition reimbursement, parental leave, and a bit of stock and other benefits. I'm not sure what this would be. Probably like discount when you're buying Apple products, because usually they do that to store retail employees. And then they're also, in terms of compensation, they're getting $20 an hour. But then Apple employee is not satisfied with this $20 an hour, along with the tuition reimbursement and better 401k, which is healthcare option. Sorry, I'm a bit shocked. I feel like $20 an hour is enough though. No, if you work $20 an hour and you work 8 hours a day, that's $160. And then you work 5 days a week, that's $800. And there's 4 weeks in a month. That's $3,200 a month. Apple store workers don't get 40 hours a week though? I bet some of them could if they're working full time. Guys, can I just say one thing? $3,000, that's $3,200 a year. But then tax and blah blah blah, that's 2,000 something, right? How much is New York rent? What's the cheapest rent you could and if you work full time, they give me a healthcare option and tuition and stock grant. Renting for a one? No, that's too much. Just one room in New York is fine. Yeah, if you get a roommate and go to some places, then it's less than 1,000. So then I think monthly 3,200 is not that bad. Especially, guys, I'm a streamer. Dude, they are more than me. I haven't even earned $20 this today. And I work more than them. They don't really have the time or money to further education. Yeah, so they're also even doing tuition reimbursement. A problem with the US is that they don't give you full-time hours or a set schedule. Not that a lot of even hard jobs don't give you a set schedule. So 40K in New York will get you a low. So I wonder then, why are they staying in New York? So also, that being said, if it's hope and dreams, your final destination isn't being an Apple retail employees, right? Your final destination is whatever your dream of doing art, music. So if you succeed in that, then you can go to 1 bedroom. But if you're still aiming towards the dream, why are you spending so much money to get a 1 bedroom? Of course, it's different story if they're working something else on the side. Yeah, if there's a dream that you guys are wishing for, and if there's something that you want to do, you know, you have to pay the circumstances. You have to work for that money. Yeah, you can't try to get everything. But here they're paying for healthcare. They're paying for tuition reimbursement. Anyways, continuing. The point of these stores is for people to have a connection with Apple and have a great experience and tell people about it. Now, Apple may have to tweak the formula. Unionizing Apple would involve some differences from Amazon or Starbucks. Amazon's core e-commerce business relies heavily on its hourly workforce, with most of the company's roughly 1 million person US staff housed at its more than 1,000 facilities used to store, package, and ship items. Starbucks has much smaller hourly staff, but it is one that facilitates most of the company's sale. So the percentage saying 70% of Apple's direct sales are made at the retail store. Only 6% of total sale happened in person, with that figure having decreased in the past 2 years. Apple employs more than 65,000 retail workers in more than 500 stores, with over 270 stores in the US. Now they're a very valuable company. Sought to counter labor activists holding meetings inside facilities. Worker there voted to establish the company's first U.S. union. Talking about Amazon, so that, you know, they're doing Amazon at Starbucks. Schultz is doing something, and how Apple handles this is a marketing topic too. They have arguably the best brand, and putting people first is what the brand stands for. Can I just see a vote? Who agrees that Apple need to unionize? Let's do that. Need to unionize. I see benefit of Amazon and Starbucks unionizing because of their work conditions. Apple not so much. I have another separate question. Okay, so while the voting is going on, does unionizing the decision making, does that have anything to do with politics? Okay, let's not go there then. So for you guys, it's a 50-50 situation. So personally, before we go on to questions, personally, I agree with the comment saying, I understand for Amazon and Starbucks that unionizing and helping workers be in a better community or situation is okay. But Apple, especially for retail store, I had to read this section multiple times because I feel like they're getting good treatment. So I'm wondering what else they're trying to increase in terms of the store working. But isn't that what every single wants? Not just the union, but even for me, I want better wages, hours, and conditions. But sometimes, like I said, it's hard to get everything. And of course, you can try to see if you can get something. But I feel like sometimes you can... Apple Store workers need to at least threaten to unionize. The increased benefit they already got are already a result. Yeah, what other benefits do Apple Store want other than reimbursement, tuition reimbursement? And if they create a union, they also take a separate cut, because some employees find post-union they make less than they would have already. There's also union fee, so they're just asking the union to be involved, but they're also paying for the union fee. How much are the union fees? What? 진짜? $400? Is this monthly? The average annual yearly, so about 2 hours of pay per month. So New York tax is what, 9 point something? Okay, 그러면, so then you guys are saying they won't get the 40k in general and take out 25%. Thanks, Mark. So they're getting monthly $2,500. Suddenly I got curious. So without union is $2,500, but with union, wait, so if they have a union, how much do you think the wage is going to increase? $1. So let's say they're getting what, $20 per hour, right? Okay, something like $21 times and let's say they work 8 hours. 21 times 8. Yeah, 잠깐만. Why are they paying less? 잠깐만. Wait, I resulted in 2,495 with union. Why are they wanting union then? What makes union better condition? Who worked with union before, who understands, who thinks that, like, you can't say, I heard from internet that working with union is better, or I heard from a friend that union is better. You have, please tell me where you guys, like, who actually worked with union and who thinks union is better? The only thing with union is the fact that not easy to fire, because it seems that you guys are talking about HR saying, HR, you guys, it won't solve my issue, but instead fire people. So this will be saved because union will protect them. So you're actually receiving $5 less. So maybe their actual issue for Starbucks is not the living costs, just the work condition. Like, what type of better working condition can a Apple retail shop get? Work schedules okay, we can talk about work schedules later. Free Apple boxer shorts, more stock option, more work breaks. So how much work breaks should you be getting? And well, then if you get work breaks, you get less pay. So are they trying to work less but get paid a lot so they can have more breaks? What? Apple Union asking higher pay. Yeah, so higher pay, we worked on that. We pretended that there's a dollar increase. Basically, all those things are just higher compensation. So it's not actually maybe working condition, but just give me more money so I can get more break. Tuition reimbursement is available for Apple employees, but you have to choose computer science or business major to qualify and must pass with at least B average to be compensated. After reimbursement, you must work at Apple for at least 2 years post-graduating unless you pay back tuition. You must work at Apple? I want to work at Apple. But isn't that a good deal if you get tuition reimbursement, especially if you're majoring in computer science? And to get a B or above, don't you want, like, shouldn't you do that much? Like, you don't want a C in general with any college degree. And to get an opportunity to work at Apple, I would take it. They want a different degree than CS or business? Oh, if they want to do engineering, that's true. I wonder if they could talk into them. Yeah. So how much do you think Apple retail shop should be paid then? So you guys think Apple should pay their Apple retail shop $22 an hour? So then, guys, another option that we're talking about is actually closing Apple Store. Apple Store or automation. It's so funny. Anytime Amazon or any type of unionized related thing comes, it seems that there's always a talk of just automated, guys. So in terms of automating stores in Korea, it's been really popular talking about automation. There is actually an it's called island stores, and you could get, for example, like near my house, they have a island pet shop. So, they have CCTVs everywhere, and they pick up a thing and then they scan it and they pay it and they leave. Simple. So they have those. And so what happens if Apple does that? Probably won't happen. So they probably need actually like an automated store system where they could see the product, they could touch it, but they can't steal it. And that if you actually want to get the products, you'll just have to, it's like a vending machine, but probably they won't drop it, but have a better way of giving you the item that you want. Or if you're going to the US Apple store for a pickup, they'll have like a better pickup system where you type in your name and then it searches for you for your thing and then it like gives it to you. So just open Apple repair shop with a few employees, close Apple stores for retail business. People already buy their products online or at major retail outlets in their area. Yeah. Anyways, guys, so to end the question today, we have given you guys two options. Either is it, like, are we gonna unionize where employees might actually get less than what they're getting paid, or the actual payment, or unless it increase a lot won't change that much, versus automating. Which would you guys pick? So automation versus unionizing. Yeah, I think what they would do then would shut down a lot of Apple stores, which, guys, don't forget, if we're automating, we're losing a lot of employees. Oh, $30 an hour? Retail store? $30? Yeah, hey guys, I'm moving to New York next week if we're doing. So the poll has ended to 64% automation and 36% unionizing. So there are still people who are for unionizing, which is always great to see. But in this case, I personally think if automation is possible, then it's better to automate. So that being said, to conclude Apple, I hope they make a good decision related to unionizing. I honestly think if they're pushing for $30 an hour, I feel like that's definitely pushing it a lot, even if you live in New York, and sometimes you have to kind of deal with it. Unless the actual working conditions saying, you're not getting any breaks while you're working full-time and have no lunch break. If that's happening at the Apple store, it's definitely worth unionizing. But if it's not that, I'd think about that. So thank you guys for listening to my Apple store related issue.